Now let's talk about a different type of conflict, politics. Politics can be as dirty and dangerous as war, but apparently not in Indonesia. The country is going to polls next February. 200 million Indonesians will spend part of next Valentine's Day at the voting booth. And their presidential candidates are going to absurd lengths to woo voters for the big date. The election is turning out to be a three-way race. The candidates are all established politicians. Two are former governors, one is the sitting defense minister. But despite their political offices, their campaigns are anything but solemn. Anies Baswedan is the former governor of Jakarta. He's campaigning on cats. He has 4 cats and they have their own Instagram page with thousands of followers and millions of views. This former governor is hoping that his cats can claw him up the opinion polls, because he needs the helping paw. He's currently trailing. Ahead of him is this man, the Indonesian Minister of Defense and Dance, Lieutenant General Prabowo Subianto. He's been dancing his way to the top of the polls and into the hearts of young Indonesians. Subianto is famous for his happy dance. He's been breaking out the moves at major campaign events. Now, this man is 72 years old and he does seem quite charming with his awkward steps. It's endearing him to young voters. Too young to remember his past. The past of a genocidal general and dictator's son-in-law. That was Subianto. You see, this is not his first attempt to get power. He's tried everything before. He joined the military and rose up the ranks. He married the daughter of Indonesia's brutal dictator Suharto. Subianto was deployed to suppress the independence movement of Timor-Leste, a country Indonesia had taken over in the 1970s. Subianto is accused of war crimes during his time working there. And the brutality was not restricted to Timor-Leste. Even at home in Indonesia, the general is said to have kidnapped and tortured activists, those who wanted democracy. This was in 1998, weeks before the dictatorship fell. After the restoration of democracy, Subianto was dishonorably discharged from Indonesia's military. So he joined politics. In 2008, he founded his own party. He stood for the presidential election and lost. First in 2014 and then again in 2019. He lost to Indonesia's current president, Joko Widodo. But Subianto refused to accept his defeats. In 2019, his supporters caused a riot where 8 people died. Then he joined Widodo's cabinet as Minister of Defense. And this is a very brief look at the dancing defense minister's past. Of course, he denies all of this and dances past all the criticism. He spent some time carefully cultivating his new cuddly persona. And he's using it to win over Indonesia's young voters. The country has 200 million eligible voters. Almost half of them are under the age of 35, too young, like I said, to remember Subianto's brutal past. And they're also more likely to see his viral TikTok dance videos. It's the perfect situation for him. Plus, he has a controversial running mate, helping him attract young voters. Subianto's vice president is Gibran Raka Buming Raka, the eldest son of President Joko Widodo. He's 36 years old. Indonesia's constitution says he's too young to contest for vice presidency. But his father pulled some strings and he's become Indonesia's youngest vice presidential candidate. So this Indonesian election may look cute on the surface, but it seems to be covering up the dangers to its democracy. We'll have to wait to see if voters look past all of this, or whether the general's Javan jig gets him to Jakarta.